Hello there, fellow members of the Sacko League. It's Tom here, otherwise known as Bardwell Parkway. This is my response to my brother Stephen Delta Force's video yesterday. I will start by reiterating Delta Force's thanks that he gave to our League Commissioner Kev. The whole concept of this league came up when I introduced Kev, there he is, our good friend, to the show The League. If you haven't seen it, get it. It's available on Pirate Bay. And so far, Kev's done a pretty good job cobbling everything together, getting players involved, sorting out the draft, and answering innumerable questions from the rest of us goons. Don't feel bad for the work Kev has to put in. Don't at all. It's all covered in the league. There's an episode where the Commissioner goes mental about this sort of stuff, so he knew what he was getting in for. So while I do thank you, Kev, I have no sympathy for your complaints. He's also provided quite a bit of content for this video, so thanks a lot for all the photos of your colleagues, relatives and lovers. Firstly, a little bit about me. I'm Delta Force's brother. I'm a Queenslander, but live in Sydney and support the Maroons. It comes up a lot, so I'll answer why I don't support the Broncos. I moved from Brisbane to Wollongong in 1987, the year before the Broncos formed, and I started supporting the Steelers and going to their games. So I just never got into the Broncos. I have met Kev and we went to numerous Steelers games in the late 80s and the early 90s. Here you can see me dressed up in my Steelers wall paint. If you look hard you can see Kev in the background. Now, what I want to talk about today is primarily my complaints. I'll also do a quick critique of some of the errors in Delta Force's video. Firstly, Delta Force, your thing on Soupy. I think you've really got Soupy long. He's no Stephen Bradbury. He has a history of winning. Kev sent me a picture from the Woolgar family reunion last year and he smashed them all. You can see him coming first here. Win by Titans second, and Rampaging Rhino drawing up the rear. And also the picture you got of Dom's Bronx, I'm pretty sure that guy you had up there was not Dom. Peter had earlier sent me a photo and I'm pretty sure mine's right because it's actually got Dom and one of his Bronx in it. Have a quick look here and there he is, looking very handsome. I'll continue on and go on with my complaints. Let me just fast forward a bit in the video. Firstly, my big complaint and where we deviate in this league is that there's far too little slagging off. And where there is slagging off or trash talking, it's not universally applied. Delta Force, you beat me 2 weeks ago. All I got from you was sympathetic messages. That's weak, that's poor, this is no girls comp. There you are, pussy. It's important we let the suckers know when they're beat. It's part of the game. What's the point of winning if you can't emotionally destabilise your opponents? You're the Tony Romo of this league. Talented, skillful, but with not enough in-your-face competitive spirit to be a winner. Good luck with your next video because that's where your talents lie. Secondly, Kev, while you can't be accused of not doing your own bit of trash talking, it is far too well directed in the one direction. We don't want that. Nobody likes one direction. The rest of the league isn't aware of the long-standing bitterness you have towards Golden Oldies, and I think it's time they got filled in at why you seem to be pricking him out at every opportunity. Lisa, I'm afraid it's time for you to go. The following explanation will not be edifying towards your marriage. Get Peter to give you a yell when you're ready to come back into the room. Make coffee, tea or something, maybe get Peter a beer. But time to leave. This story goes back a long way. I've known both Woombai Titans and Golden Oldies since they were teenagers. It goes back to when we were around about 19. Here are the two handsome gents. Both of them with hair in this photo. One of them no longer has it. Neither of them had a girlfriend before this point, and Kev was a little bit older than Golden Oldies. He had the hots for a lovely red-headed girl named Michelle. Oh, I should say, while the photos are real here, I've changed the names to protect Michelle. But the two guys in the video know who she is. Anyway, back to the explanation. Woombai Titans had the hots for Michelle. There was a period there where everything he said was Michelle, blah, 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 blah. Now me, I already had a girlfriend. I really wasn't interested in his pointless chatter about someone he wasn't even dating. Now the difficulty for him was that Michelle had the hots for Golden Oldies. Now, for whatever reason, Golden Oldies was not interested in Michelle. He said, no, not interested, don't want her. So that left the awkward situation of poor old Kev getting dumbfounded, and it all got a bit too much for the young Kev. Jealousy and bitterness towards Golden Oldies started way back then. I remind you fellows of an incident with pool cues at the Western Suburbs Leagues Club. So anyway, the only way they managed to end this dispute was Kev moved on. He packed his bags and set off looking for love on the other side of the world. He headed to Wales, and it appeared to work. He had a string of relationships with Welsh acquaintances. There was Maria, Shirley, Juanita, Amanda, Jessie, and I won't forget Frank. Jeez, Frank. Eventually, after he'd sullied his reputation across the entire country, he took a road trip to the Yorkshire Dales looking for more love, stopping off in Leeds where he met Lisa. They got married, had a child, but you'd think the bitterness would be over. But no, he's still disproportionately ragging on Paul. So I implore you, Kev, get it together, if not for the sake of the league, for the sake of your marriage. We expect your trash talk to be driven from football and league-related issues, not some 20-year-old fascination with a ginger. So please, Kev, no more bitter. Ah, yeah. Welcome back, Lisa. You're good from here. Peter, just call her back into the room. She's good. So, in conclusion, I'd like to introduce the idea of a side bit. I've pinched this idea from the league, and it's a goodie. What I'd like to suggest is that in the next round, the lowest scorer needs to get a photo of themselves withdrawing money from an ATM wearing nothing but their underwear. So who's in? Next round, whoever's in, lowest scorer, photo, undies, ATM. Nail it.